Welcome to Research Technique Series. Research scholars, please note each research problem, whether medical, engineering, natural sciences, social sciences, including economical, human behavior, and psychological. They are all unique in nature. Each problem needs to be handled and analyzed with specific methodology. Each technique which I am going to take is general in nature and should be used under expert advice if you are a beginner. Learn the techniques and use your expertise specific to your problem wherever required. Happy learning. Thank you. Today, we have with us Professor Dr. Meera Shankar. Professor Meera Shankar is a senior professor in the area of organizational behavior and human resources management at Janki Devi Bajaj Institute of Management. This is a management studies department of SNDT Women's University, Mumbai. Currently, Dr. Shankar is working as director of JDBIMS, SNDT Women University. Earlier, she was head of Department of Education Management in the same university. She also worked as trainer in Oriental Insurance Corporation earlier, and she held faculty positions at several other academic institutions, as well as conducted workshops at various places like NITI, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, URI, CM, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Dr. Shankar has over 22 years of active teaching, consultancy, and research experience in the field of organizational behavior, human resource management, leadership, motivation, entrepreneurship, stress management, emotional intelligence, organizational culture, etc. She has authored 2 books on organizational behavior. To her credit, she has over 40 refereed journal research papers and research articles. She delivered over 38 presentations at several national and international level conferences, which includes Austria, Germany, Belgium, Japan, Canada, Indonesia, England, and South Africa. Her research work is indexed in Scopus, Jester, and EBSCO collections. She is member of various professional bodies. Dr. Meera Shankar teaches courses at postgraduate levels and in PhD levels in the area of organization behavior and human resources management, principles of management, organizational development, behavioral dynamics in organization leadership, research methodology, sustainability and entrepreneurship, and QT. She was awarded PhD in organization behavior and human resources by Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, India. After her post-graduation in psychology, graduation in Sanskrit, English and psychology from the University of Gorakhpur. She is expert in role of Bhagavad Gita in management, emotional intelligence, conflict management, job stress, leadership, social power and influence, organizational, citizenship behavior, organizational commitment, recruitment and selection, transformational leadership, entrepreneurship, etc. Her area of research include transformational leadership, emotional intelligence, organizational leadership, conflict management, employee engagement, employees retention and recruitment. She was invited as feature speakers with various international conferences, especially at Bandung, Indonesia. International Conference of Psychology held at Cape Town International Convention Center, South Africa. The list is very long. We usually record very short videos. I am sorry I cannot read all your laurels. You have many laurels in the research area, especially in HR. I am obliged and humbled with your presence in today's meeting. Madam, welcome to this channel. You have vast experience of guiding students at PhD level You have expertise in your area. You're expert. Nobody can challenge you.
Humbled the way you introduced me.
My first question to you, madam. Students feel confused when they take the entrance in PhD, especially in HR. Now, what are the areas which students can take? What are the problems which students can take, especially in HR? This is my question to you.
First of all, let me greet you, sir, and thank you very much to introducing me in such an extensive way. The researcher, well-known researcher like Dr. J.K. Sachdeva is introducing in such a way. I'm really, really obliged. So thank you very much for calling me here. Sir, as you said that students gets very confused when they do come to do their research work, especially I would say not only in HR but in the area of management itself, because whatever expertise we create, we make them to work in the industries or organizations as a manager or as a leader. If they grow, then they may become leader or entrepreneur. Whether they wish to be an academician or not, that is totally up to them, and very less number of the students do come. Thankfully nowadays they are coming because they have to teach in management institutions and where the PhD is required. So what I have seen that most of them, they're not coming as an academician who have thrive or they are striving to become the good researcher, but they want to get degree somehow. Oh. You know, for doing the MBA for 2 years and PhD for 3 years, it is more or less equal. So if you ask them that it is little different, or maybe if you tell them that it's different from what you have done in your MBA or MMS, probably they are not able to digest initially, and they sometimes they become argumentative. Sometimes they create a lot of fuss, problems, issues, because they do not know what exactly research is. Understanding of research, I'm sorry to inform you that it is lacking, especially in the area of management. Now coming to your question, as I told you that not only in HR, but in all other areas, be it marketing, be it finance, be it IT, operation management, whichever area they choose to do their research, they basically lack the research methodology and understanding of research methodology and how to proceed further. So that is the major area of concern, I think, as a director I do feel, or as a guide I do feel. So we have to start from the scratch, though they are asked to do their 1 year coursework, but that since it is not the residential program, and they are allowed to work as well, and they do come to do the PhD, so they also have their own constraint. All these things are making their PhD work little substandard. So understanding about the subject, yes, it comes slowly once they understood their area of the choice and help of guide. Ultimately, we have to push them ahead a lot. We have to do a lot of hard work, and we do not get much support from the students, I would say, initially. Yes.
Agreed, madam. Now, many of management students, they really don't go for literature review, which actually should be the starting point. They directly go for collection of data, questionnaire, collection of data. What do you think that about literature review? That I think a student for 1 year, at least one and a half year, they should review research papers of their area, problems in their area. What is your view on literature?
Very correctly, your half of the question I've answered in my previous talk, answering when I was trying to answer your queries, because they do not have the habit of reading. Whatever it is being asked them to do, they take it as an assignment. They don't take it as an interest that they are interested to do it. So they are not well aware what do they mean by literature review. So even if they have studied, or even they have read 2, 3, 4 articles or 10 articles, they think that they have done the literature review. They do not know that conceptual clarity from where it comes, what should be the historical background. And once they are doing the research, they are supposedly to be the master of the subject, or at least the particular area which they have selected, and they should have the in-depth understanding of core concept of their again area. I would say that partly again I will blame to the their management training, where we give them a lot of coursework, a lot of I would say assignment. There are 8-9 papers are there which they have to qualify and they have to pass, and mostly they are brushing up their communication skill. And we are asking them to prepare their PPT somehow, then 4 or 5 people are there to share the PPT, and then they are there to present. Though we do go for the year-long project, but again, literature review, the kind of in-depth understanding is required about the subject. It is not there, could be because of the lack of the good researcher they are not having in the institutes.
Fine.
Yes.
I agree with you. Now, suppose a student of HR, he's taking or she's taking admission in PhD. What are the problems now? These areas, what are the hot problems which can be taken by the students? Which should be taken by the students?
Sir, some specific area, again, it will not be very right for me to impose my thought process on the researcher. But again, yes, we do understand that whatever it is demanded in the job, or maybe it is demanded in the companies, because HR human beings are everywhere. What are the problems they are facing, and in turn, what problem they are creating for the organization, which in turn they are affecting the productivity of the organization, and in turn they're impacting the profitability of the organization. So human resources they must be understood very well, and who can understand better than the researcher. So hot area, as you have read just now, and those are the hot area, because I always try to pick and choose the research area which is really required in the society. Like nowadays, if you feel like COVID related issues we have, pandemic has given a lot of stress, not only physical, but mental, emotional, and financial stress to everybody, or especially those who are working in the private companies or private sectors. Then we always believe that everybody, from all of us, we can be leader, we are the leader, and you good entrepreneurial person if you are good leader. So transformation leadership, if you wish to study, you can study. It is very difficult nowadays to retain the employee with you. So this employee engagement or retention of the employee could be one of the researcher topics, I would say. Now we want that altruistic behavioral patterns should be there among the employees, that if I ask you to work and sit there for 1 hour, they should not get up exactly after 1 hour saying that my payment is done for 1 hour and I have done with my work. Some organization citizenship behavior has to be inculcated, that has to be studied, that how employee can work for the organization on their own without putting any extra pressure by the management or by the authority. So these are the areas: emotional intelligence, organization citizenship behavior. Conflict is, yes, every day we are facing a lot of conflict, stress. So these areas are core area could be. And then retention is again all the time problem with the private institutions. So that could also be.
Yeah, good.
Any aspect, competency building, competency mapping, performance appraisal, performance system.
When I talked to one of the panelists, he said it is student's poem. Student has to write his own poem, and let the poem be anything, but he has to go in depth for that writing the poem. It is his.
I would say that a little bit. Maybe I differ to you, not the person who spoke to you, because that research is very scientific methodology. We can write poem, no issue about it. But we have to follow the certain system, certain scientific method, where probably we have to understand what for I'm doing. As you know that as a researcher, we should be in a position to answer the question why, how, and when. Sometimes we also ask where. So you write your own poem, but which has to be suitable and which has to be beneficiary for the society, for whom you are investing 3-4 years.
Very nice, man. Now, I know you are very, very good and excellent in structural equation modeling. I have seen your work. You have done a lot of work and found a lot of things by hidden variables by that methodology. Can you advise any other methodology which the student should learn before joining the PhD program?
Sir, as you say, the structural equation modeling is the extension of the SPSS. That is statistical package of social sciences, what we use. That is the extension of the MOS or structural equation modeling is the extension of that, where we can use the confirmatory factor analysis and regression. You know better. I mean, for these path analysis and all these things we can do. It depends what type of problem, what type of hypothesis you are making, you are observing. Your statistical tool will be decided based on that. So I will not be able to tell sitting from here that what other statistical tool they use, because structural equation modeling is also a tool available under the MOS, where we try to analyze the regression, confirmatory factor analysis and path analysis and all these things. So what your objectives are based on what you are making your own hypothesis, and your hypothesis will judge you, or hypothesis will give you the direction what sort of statistical tool or methodology or instrument you can go ahead and use it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
So nice, madam. So nice talking to you. I hope with your guidance, not only the PhD students, but also MBA students, they will also learn that learning research methodology at PG level is not just passing the exam. They will have to learn it, and these days companies also want the people, those who are good in research.
I would like to give you one example, that in every company, good company, they have their own R&D department. They have the research and development department, and they do want their employees, those who are good in study, of course, that they can have they should be in a position to do the action research. So within 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 3 months, whatever time period they give, they should be able to give the certain solution or at least certain recommendation based on which your organization can make decision that how policy should go on. So yes, it is very, very important to understand the research methodology. Yes.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. So nice of you. I am humbled by your presence, and I so students will also learn from your chat. Thank you very much.
You called me, and if there is any work related to research or any activity, I would always be available to do so.
So nice. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Dr. Meera Shankar says it is up to students whether they choose working in industry or academics. Students should not work only for degree, but inculcate research mentality. PhD should not become equal to MBA, MA or PG level study. Sometimes student at PhD level has to start from scratch as he is weak in terms of RM learning at PG level. Transformational leadership should be studied. Poems selected by students should be written in scientific way. You may submit your research work at Journal of Global Economy, rcssindia.org. Your work is evaluated by peers with double-blind methodology. You will get comments for your work. Thank you.